Hello everyone and welcome back. Well, this is a very special video because we've just surpassed 10,000 subscribers. So anyway, before I get started, a heartfelt thank you to everyone who's watched the video, made suggestions, commented, especially you Patreon guys. So thank you. 10,000 times thank you. On with the lesson. Okay, so let's play the first riff. Pretty straightforward. You'll see in the tab, but you're basically arpeggiating. You're only fingering the 5th fret on the E string, and the rest are arpeggiated, so it's... If we're calling this string 1, and this one 2, and this one 3, I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 2, okay? And then you finger the 5th fret on the A string, or the 2 string. And you're going to play D to E there, off the 5th fret on the 2nd string, on the A string, to the 7th fret. And then 2 open E's, okay? So... Okay, so that slowly. So that's the first riff. Then Eddie basically moves that exact riff up 2 frets. So you're starting it on the 7th fret on the E string, and that goes like this. Okay, and that one slowly is... Okay, so first one, and you move it up 2 frets. Now there's probably lots of little variations and ways that other people might play that. That is how I think Eddie plays that riff, mainly because he's a big fan of picking a kind of chord shape or riff and moving it about. So Better Man, Porch, or so I Am Mine, or in present tense. And then the next bit of that as well, it's... So, knowing how Eddie approaches songs, I think it's fair to say that whatever he's playing here, he's going to replicate by moving it up 2 frets. He's busy singing as well, so I think that further supports my my theory. And more importantly, it just sounds right to me. I think when he goes up here, you do hear that. So, for me, I think that's how you play it. The other guitar is just playing the same riff with more distortion. And then up 2 frets for the second bit. Okay? Now, next part is basically power chords, and that goes like this. So even Fred's part as well. Oh man, amp keeps overheating. Okay, I've had to stop using my tube amp because it's so hot in here that the amp is actually overheating. The tubes are absolutely melting hot. So unfortunately I can't keep playing through that. So I've got my good friend Monsieur Practice Amp, which is brilliant anyway, but I'm not recording it into the desk, so you're just going to be getting what comes out of this rather tinny speaker into there. So forgive me for the lack of quality, or the drop in quality. I'm going to do the next clean bit, and then I'm going to crank this up and play you the distorted parts. But over the next part, guitar parts playing here. One of them is going to be hammering out these 8th note kind of. But Eddie, when he goes down to that bit, so I think what Eddie's going to be playing there is this. Okay. And the other guys are basically just hammering around those power chords. Now, on the album, and they don't play this live, and I've got another video that I'll cut to in a second, showing you the two parts together. There's an overdubbed guitar part that just arpeggiates this. So over the first chord, you'll hear this. Then when it goes down to the G, you'll hear. And then the D with F sharp in the root, you'll hear. Back up to the G. Very quickly, that is. Okay, I'm not going to go through the finer points because you'll see it in the tab, but it's basically just arpeggiated chords that you let ring out. Okay, now with distortion, it sounds like this. Let me go through that slowly. And then down to the G, okay? So you start on the 7th fret, and then you move up to the 9th fret for just two 8th notes. Then you go down to the 3rd fret, and then you play 2 on the 5th fret. So it's. Okay, so you're just repeating the same pattern down on the 3rd fret compared to what you're starting off with on the 7th fret. So. And you're going to go to this open D with, it's an inversion basically of the D chord with the F sharp, so that's the 2nd fret on the E string in the bass. You also double up with what Jeff plays. Okay, so you're going to play. And you go to the G, okay, so that slowly. So I use my thumb there because it's just easier. Makes it easier to go to that G. And then you play around that again. Now, Mike comes in with this, he starts on the 16th fret on the EAD G string, and he basically plays this little motif. Okay, and he plays that round again. Straightforward enough, I'll play it through very slowly. It's. that's a half step bend on the 18th fret there, okay, so and then he plays round that again. Coming out of that first kind of chorus, so in between the chorus and the verse riff, you're going to play this. And then back into that riff. Basically that is just an A chord with some muting going on. Now, there's not enough distortion on this little practice amp for you to be able to hear the proper definitions of those. Just sounds a bit kind of lost. But trust me, if you play it through enough distortion, it will sound right. So. Okay, so that is that part. Now, what else is there? Okay, so then back round the verse. Then it goes up 2 frets again. And then back down. Then you're into another chorus. All of those parts are the same, I believe. And then it goes into a bar of open A, and then you go into that while Jeff is playing. It's kind of a breakdown part in the middle of the song. So I think when Stone goes to the A, Mike goes down to the 11th fret on the G string. So. And he slides from the 11th fret and up to the 14th fret to kind of resolve that. But you'll hear, it'll sound like he starts playing that. And you'll hear that. I think what happens there is when he's playing the 11th fret, you get some feedback, which is an octave above. So as he slides up, you'll hear that on the album. At least I think that's what's happening there. And you'll also hear stuff like that in the background. Okay, so that is just the 5th fret to the 3rd fret to the 7th. So. And then back down to the 5th. Okay, so that's that part. So coming out of that, we have the outro section, and that is pretty simple as well. You're going to start playing. You come out of the build-up. Which is Jeff's bass line. Pretty straightforward. You are just hammering a load of 8th notes on the 7th fret. I think 4 bars each. So 4 bars on the 7th fret, then 4 bars on the 5th fret, and then you play that twice round, I think. And then you're going to go back into the chorus. Back into that again. Now, coming out of that, it goes back to that. A kind of double time bit at the end. Stone and Eddie are still playing the 7th fret to the 5th fret. And Mike actually goes. At the end of the chorus part, when it switches, you'll hear him go. will hear variations on that throughout. You'll hear all that sort of stuff. So if you're on the 19th fret on the E string, it's going to be a full bend. If you're on the 19th fret on the B string, it's going to be a half bend. And if you're on the 18th fret on the G string, yeah, so it's also a half bend on the 18th fret. And then it ends like that. And I think that's it. It's baking hot, and if you want any more stuff on this tune, then please do tell me. But I think that's it. I think, oh, one other thing is coming out of the first time we played. That continues over the verse, so Stone plays that. While the other guys are playing. So that's pretty straightforward enough. It's just an A. So there you have it. Finally, it's done. Sorry, the sound quality is not going to be as good as usual, but I've had lots of technical issues and heat issues and time issues. But I was desperate to get this one done because I promised you a special video for the to mark the 10,000 subscriber thing, which is just awesome. So thanks again for that. And so yeah, I have to record it like now, in this little window I have between you know, family stuff and work stuff and all the rest of it. So anyway, thank you so much once more, and here's to another 10,000. See you soon. Cheers, bye bye.